Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. This story's called What Lies on the Cutting Room Floor. On the set with Chef Tom and his award-winning TV show, Healthy Food Choices. Chef Tom shows how to cook and what not to eat. Make healthy choices for yourself. If it comes in a box or is processed, don't eat it. Read the labels. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, don't eat it. Eat whole, fresh foods. Well, some people are not too happy with this channel. More and more people are tuning in to learn how to get healthy with whole foods. Cook for yourself at home and know just what you're eating. Many restaurants, food companies, and big food industries are also watching the channel, and they're not happy. They're losing money. Chef Tom shows how simple it is to cook at home. Make good choices for you and your family. Chef Tom's series is taking off all over the world. The news is out. You can get healthy and save money, too. Eat clean, whole foods. Take your life back. It's easier than you think. We are filming its 100th episode, and his following is growing day by day. Chef Tom says, "Welcome to Healthy Food Choices. Let's see what we are making today." Stay tuned after this brief word from our sponsor. Where's the Beef Company? All fresh 100% beef from happy, healthy cows. Well, Chef Tom says, "Well, I don't know how happy the cows are, but they sure make a good steak dinner. Let's see how they taste." High heat, olive oil, real butter. Make it to your own taste. Rare, medium, or well, this is going to be great. Hear that sizzle? You can't get better than that, now can you? Along with the steak, some sautéed mushrooms and fresh asparagus. A nice glass of wine, and you have a healthy meal at home. I wish you could smell and taste this, but you can if you cook it yourself. So salute and try this on your own. I guarantee you're going to love it. And as the great chef Julia Child used to say, bon appetit. Until next week, eat healthy and stay healthy. Cut. That was great, Chef. That's a wrap. Thanks, everyone, said Chef Tom. I hope more people will give it a try and get healthy. The prices of food are high, but if they shop wisely, they can get some good bargains. Put that down for next week's show. Will you, Pauline? Will do, she says. I'll make a note of it. I'll call my next show, Shop Wise, Eat Well, Stay Healthy. How does that sound? Oh, that sounds great, Chef, she says, and then she goes into her room to write it down. He goes into his dressing room. Oh, as she walks by one of the stagehands, she says, "He's always coming up with great ideas, doesn't he?" And then she goes back to write it down for next week's show. There wasn't a next show. Sadly, this episode was his last. Chef Tom made many enemies, telling the truth and trying to spread the word, and it was working. Big food, big pharma, and big companies were not too happy, and they're losing money. People were taking their lives back, and Chef Tom was helping the little guys learn how to cook at home. How to play with your food and make it your way. Ask questions, find the answers yourself. Do the research, read the labels. You are what you eat, he used to say. He was spreading the word, and it was not hard for you to get health back into your life. It's easy if you're willing to learn, and he was showing him just how to do it. Breaking news, healthy food choices. Chef Tom found dead in dressing room. More news to follow. So many people could have done it. It made it look like a heart attack. Showing that his way of cooking wasn't healthy. After all, it was surely sabotage. Someone was spreading lies because he was stepping on too many toes. The channel was spreading the word. Big pharma companies and other big companies wanted it all to say the same. Buy their products and not caring about anyone's health in the process. Leave it well enough alone, one person wrote to him in one of his many notes mailed to the chef, and there were so many harassing ones, more now that he was so famous. The film crew was putting up together his last show. Some of the footage was cut to make it fit into the 1-hour segment, just like they did with old film tapes, but now these days it was just cut out of clips from the video recordings. Old James, the film editor, who worked for years with Tom, was in charge of all the editing. He used to work for old movies and shows, way before all this technology. He remembered the cutting room floor and the cutting films that were on it. He used to keep all the discarded film and tapes. It used to be real tape from reels that were cut and just swept away onto the floor of the taping room. Just in case, James used to keep them. He still did that, but kept all the unused video clips for future use. He did this with all the shows. Maybe there's something in this last taping they can find out and give to the police. He knew it was murder, not a heart attack, that killed his friend. He had a feeling someday Chef Tom would need them, and they did, to solve his murder. Old James put it all together, and maybe something can help. It might show a clue, and the police will catch the murderer. It could be on the show's tape. Chef Tom finished up his last episode and went to his dressing room like always, still found in his chef's clothes. He didn't eat or drink anything after the taping, only what he tasted on the show and his glass of his favorite Chianti wine. Just a steak, mushrooms, and asparagus. And he always toasted the meal with a glass of Chianti, thanking all who watched and saying bon appetit at the end of his shows. James had an old friend at the police station, Barney Millstone. He called him and showed him the full taping of the show. Also, John knew everyone involved with producing the show and all the stage help. It could be any one of them, even the delivery people with the food and wine companies. There was new food and wine companies and distributors all the time. Maybe a big company got to them and paid them off to get rid of Chef Tom for good. But that's crazy, right? But he was taking away business. How can they be so greedy? Or was it another TV chef that Tom was stepping on toes and showing them up? A new healthy way of cooking and eating. Food manufacturers and stores were not happy being ousted for some of their products. Big Pharma was also not pleased with him. Barney came by, and they both watched the whole show to see if they can catch something or someone. They saw what was being cooked, all the ingredients, and who was nearby on the set. The police did take all the food and, of course, the wine to be tested. Tom used to salute his followers with a glass of Chianti at the end of the show. So they waited for tests to be completed, and it was found a substance in the bottle of wine. A pinhole in the cork, a needle inserted with a tincture of foxglove plant, a poison that affects the heart, causes dizziness, muscle weakness, tremors, and then death. It was a high amount of the poison, and it killed him in minutes. But who did it? Who could be that upset with the truth coming out? Tom was spreading the word to help people get their health back. Old James knew everyone, all the producers, stage help, and Chef Tom's personal assistant. Also all the delivery people. The food and wine delivery, all were new companies. Then he remembered the wine guy that delivered the new wine. He kept hanging around the set, saying he wanted to see how the show was being filmed. He was interested in it all. He noticed that he was a little pushy, but they let him watch. The police checked him out and that he was a new hire to the wine company. After questioning him for hours, he told them the truth. He was out for the money, and the big food company paid him a great deal of money to deliver the wine. They poisoned it because Chef Tom was getting in their way. He was pushing a healthier way of life. He was getting too many followers. He was a danger to their business. He had to go. They blamed him for them losing all their money. Delivery guy had proof of the company's involvement. The food company had given him money and he kept it in the bank. Also, he recorded all the meetings he had with them, just in case he needed it, and they were caught in the end, closed down and put away. It was greed that killed a helpful chef who was just trying to help people get healthy. The network is now working on a new show in honor of Chef Tom, who inspired us all to get healthy. It will be called Help Yourself, Tips on Health with Food, Health, Food, and the Truth. No one can stop us now, so bon appetit. Hope you liked this story. Come back for more on Meg's Mysteries. Until next time, have a good evening.